Well, good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here with you. I thought I'd just speak a couple minutes about meditation. Meditation is stepping into the space of openness. It's about being open. Awareness is open eternally, eternally. And so if we investigate what it means to be open, great question is what are we open to? Because we can really get lost in what we open up to. We can become quite lost in what we open up to. And so the first most important thing to open up to is to your divinity. And of course, your divinity has many aspects, many qualities. So we open up to the spaciousness of your nature. We open up to the love of your heart. We open up to clarity, being able to see clearly. And so some of us, it can be helpful just to notice how much space there is in this room. So if you think about opening to your divinity and you look inside, you may find you have lots of thoughts in your mind and lots of feelings in your body. And if that's the case, I encourage you just to open to the spaciousness of the room. Just the other day, I drove across the United States, and it was a big drive, so I just had a lot of time just sitting with this huge sky here. I felt as if I was the sky. And so I opened to the hugeness of the sky, and as we do this, we experience great freedom. If you look at the space of your mind, it is eternally open. Whether it feels contracted or it feels open, it is open. If your mind wasn't open, it wouldn't allow for thought. It wouldn't allow for feeling. It would not allow for experience. And so from one perspective, all of us are completely radically open right now. But the mistake that many of us make is we open to things and then we identify fully with relative contents that are arising in the consciousness, instead of identifying with the absolute nature of our being, the absolute nature of openness. So when you open to openness, when you open to vast, spacious awareness, and you identify with this, when you step into it, it feels free, it feels absolute, it feels peaceful, wondrous. But say, for example, you have a crazy thought, a bizarre thought, a terrible thought, horrific thought. And if you open to that thought and identify with it, in a sense, you become one with that. Your consciousness becomes very limited. But if instead we open to spaciousness, into that which is here all the time, so the absolute qualities of your nature are here all the time. When we open to this and smile and say, yes, I'm going to surrender more deeply into this, then you become like the sky. The sky allows everything, but it identifies with nothing. It allows for everything, but identifies with nothing. And so when I was driving across this really big country, the United States here, I picked a very bad day to travel. There was this silly storm system that moved right along the area that I was traveling on I-70. It's called a bomb cyclone, which is, some new weather phenomena that I haven't heard about, but it's a massive storm. I drove through this massive storm, and I felt as if I was the sky, and the storm was flowing through me. I felt the storm. I was kind of, pushed around from one side of the lane to the other, and very difficult driving conditions. From one perspective, it could have been really stressful, but from a different perspective, I just allowed myself to be the sky. And this is what we are inviting in meditation, is for you to identify, for you to open to the absolute nature of your being. And from this, you allow the storms just to flow through, to pass through, to empty. And your job is to be with what remains, be with what's here all the time. And so, if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes and yet open your awareness to that which is absolute. That which has been here for every moment of your life. Can you open to this fundamental presence of aliveness? This quiet, intelligent radiance, which is awake, aware, spacious and free. So in the most loving way, if you notice yourself attached to thought, thinking about this or that, judging oneself, saying, am I doing it right? Can you just look beyond the edge of thought? Allow the boundaries of your consciousness to spread out. Instead of keeping all your energy in the area of the face, the forehead, where all that thinking happens, can you just invite those walls, those boundaries of the body to dissolve? And allow your consciousness to spread out into the room. Just to notice how much space is here, how much peace is here. There's a supreme silence here. Just allowing the breath to be natural. Just breathing in and breathing out. Giving yourself permission to realize the absolute nature of your consciousness. To smile, not be so serious. Smile. Giving yourself full permission to relax the identification with the little character, the story of your life, great drama. You can pick it up later if you like, but in this moment, I encourage you just to relax. Inviting your consciousness to melt, to spread out, to be expansive. To notice a subtle joy in your heart as you allow yourself to be expansive. Again, you may just gently smile if you're being serious, if you're trying hard to be a good meditator, do it right, or find this space that we're speaking about. Just breathe, feel, relax, and melt. Allow the character to melt. the inner tough guy, the critic, the serious one, the one who's hurt, the victim, the judge, the aggressor. Just let all those characters melt. And notice what a relief it is to be nobody. And of course, just gently checking in with your body. Are you holding any tension in the muscles of the face, the jaw, the back of the neck, the shoulders? Sometimes we're so tense in these areas. We begin to open, just feel what's happening in the body. You may even feel a sense of great sadness. Like, wow, I've been holding myself so tight, so tight, so guarded, so defended. Been trying so hard to be tough or do it right or protect myself. And if you notice any of those things, you just smile, relax, breathe, and trust. This moment is safe. That there's something here that's strong enough to be open in an unguarded, undefended way. So as we deeply relax and open the body, give ourselves permission to melt. Sometimes there can be a little rush of emotion, some gentle tears or shaking. Some of us will just feel a little like a shuddering of the ego letting go. Letting go of its grip, letting its guard down, just knowing, oh yeah, we're just sitting. It's peaceful, it's spacious, I'm safe. I do not have to fight with what is. Just breathing in, breathing out. Relaxing muscles, the chest, behind the heart, the solar plexus. Yeah, just breathing in, breathing out. With each breath, expanding, relaxing. Letting any sensations, pain or feeling or emotion just unravel. To the spaciousness that's here. Deeply relaxing the solar plexus. The middle of the back. The lower back, the sacrum, lower belly. Breathing in, breathing out. And just noticing as you become softer inside, you become more expansive. Your sense of self expands. You realize I'm not this little human being. I am vast, empty, radiant freedom. With each breath, letting go more and more fully. And you may notice little flutters of ego, of emotion. Just unraveling from your consciousness, dissolving into the vast space of the sky. And I encourage you just to gently notice, is my awareness, the experience I'm having now of what I am, is it centrally located in the forehead? Or have you opened and allowed awareness to be everywhere, throughout the body from head to toe and beyond, to include the space of the room, the sky above, the earth below. How big are you? If you stop limiting yourself to a little character, how big are you? Do you trust that it's okay to be really big? Some of us sometimes limit ourselves because we're afraid of being big. We're afraid of what other people will think, or because we had a father who was abusive. He seemed big to us as a child. Because someone told you had to be small and quiet or mute. But God wants you to be big, needs you to be big. The earth needs your light. Your brothers and sisters need your love, your clarity, your gentleness. The confused inner child inside needs you to be big so that you can love yourself fully, your human self fully. Can you take a deep breath? Surrender, melt all the ways you hold yourself back. Give yourself permission to be spacious, peaceful, and brilliant. Deep, full breaths. Expansive nature, radiant heart. Smiling Buddhas. Not serious Buddhas, smiling Buddhas. Smiling Buddhas. Softening into the innocence of your being. Counteract that seriousness. You don't open to true nature through being deadly serious. So serious we become tight, tense, limited. Be like a child. Open to the hugeness of the sky. Innocence of the child sees the kingdom of heaven everywhere. Through in, through out. Again, so just gently softening, breathing, feeling. Again, sometimes when we're really soft, the heart will start to break, tears will flow. Feelings unravel. To the vast spaciousness and silence of being. For some of you who are sensitive, you may notice the quality of the meditation beginning to change. As the Divine Mother joins us, we begin to feel this pressure coming down from above. I just invite you to adopt a quality of receptiveness. Yes. Yes, I will receive grace and support. Yes, I will open my body, my nervous system to something much greater. So you can just gently open the crown chakra. Begin to allow this flow of divinity to pour into your being. Coming with a very healing quality this evening. Just let it come. Let yourself be touched, be held, be loved, be supported on this path. It's okay to admit I can't do this all by myself. As you soften and open to God, you become one with the qualities of God, the qualities of grace. And again, for those of you who are being resistant or serious, soften, be like a little kid. Little kid who's watching the sunset, opening to the experience of awe. You may begin to feel this flow of grace coming down through the crown, through the space of the third eye, to the throat chakra, coming down into your heart. Maybe you can feel as if it's taking your breath away. Divine Mother, have your way with us. Show us a greater life. Transform our struggles. This darkness within us, the confusion, the pain, these walls, soften them, change them, transform them, illuminate it all. So that we may fully shine your light in the world, share your love. Uproot any confusion, pain, anxiety, and bring forth seeds of grace, of love, compassion, strength, power, clarity. I invite you all to soften more deeply in the heart, the solar plexus, the belly, deeply relaxing the pelvis and the pelvic floor, the legs, the feet. Welcoming this incredible grace from head to toe. Flowing down into the vast spaciousness, silence of your being. Can you surrender any resistance, any withholding? Open your heart, your body. Receive this grace, this light, this love. It's here to support you, awaken you to something much greater, you could ever imagine. Deep, full breaths. Breathing, receiving, opening. Divine Mother has a great plan for each of you. Will you allow her to support you? Will you allow the space of awakening to take root? To become foundational? Will you allow compassion to be your first and natural response? Will you allow yourself to be big, not small? To be something much, much greater than a limited expression. You open your hearts fully and allow yourself to be flooded with light, with grace. Incredible freedom, openness, strength, joy. inextinguishable light. I am the inextinguishable light. And so I invite you all to allow your light to shine out in all directions, blessing your home, your family, your relationships. Shining out over the community. All directions. Rays of light covering the earth. Compassion, love, peace, freedom. Blessing all beings without exception. And so it's been an absolute pleasure to sit with all of you, divine beings that you are. Just a quick note here. As I glance at the calendar, next Wednesday, I'm going to be on an airplane at this time. So I can do the math. I think that's the 22nd. The following Wednesday, I'm sorry, that'll be the 29th. The following Wednesday, I will be driving to California to see some of you on retreat. And so for the next 2 Wednesdays, there'll be no meditation class. But when I get back from that retreat, my schedule will be stable again, as far as I can see. So I apologize that I'm just having so much traveling this month and bumps in the schedule, but I'll do my best. Because I think these times are important. I feel deeply honored that each of you show up. And, as human beings, I know we all have all kinds of struggles, whether it's addiction or confusion or relationship struggle or work struggle or physical pain or whatever it is. So I encourage you to stay committed to the practice. Sometimes when the teacher steps away, the shadow can come forward a little bit, or and we let go of our commitment and forget about what's true. So I encourage you the next 2 Wednesday nights, to find one of the meditations on YouTube or just sit in silence. And I'll be doing the same thing, whether I'm on an airplane or driving across the big desert. I will be sitting with you, honoring the time. Honoring the time. And so I look forward to seeing you all back the second Wednesday in February. And but I will be here for satsang this Sunday night, whatever day that is. So may peace be with you all, and look forward to connecting more deeply. Yeah, bye for now.